Wide Awake in South Mississippi is brought to you by Against the Flow of Mississippi. Against the Flow of Mississippi is the story of Jake Fayard, a Marine veteran who is unhappy with the political machine running the state of Mississippi. He decides to fight the corruption from the inside. Jake will face more challenges than he ever has and will stand up for what he thinks is right. His notoriously hot temper will push him to the edge of murder, along with his friend and brother, Kobe Bahanovich. Together, they will fight the system and give the power back to the citizens of Mississippi. Against the Flow of Mississippi is now available on Amazon. The Wide Awake in South Mississippi podcast is hosted by Anthony Allen. If you have a news story, or if you are a political candidate and want to get on the show, please give me a call at area code 904-860-2502. All right, y'all, it's time for another episode of Wide Awake in South Mississippi. And folks, I am wide awake. Unfortunately, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm doing a podcast. Wow. Tell you what, y'all, I'm just about seeing double. I've been working on the new website, wideawakesouthms.com. Y'all can feel free to go check it out over there. I will be posting articles in addition to my podcast and maybe some pictures and other things. Trying to get it to where y'all can actually see it and turn it into maybe a blog and document the news and see what all's going on here. I do have one news article that I wanted to mention that I am covering, and I will be reaching out for follow-up with the city of Biloxi over the next several days. I'm not sure how receptive they're going to be to my questions. They may tell me to go somewhere. They may answer my questions. I don't know. Last time I went into City Hall to ask any type of questions, I will say the ladies in there were very nice, and I got exactly what I needed in a very, very timely fashion. And, I'm hoping that I'll get the same result here. They seemed like they were very helpful and gave me exactly what I needed. And I'm very grateful for what they have done. Anyway, on to the story here. There was an incident that happened yesterday, I guess. Today being the 30th and after midnight. Wow. I've been on night shift for too many years of my life. That's probably why I can't sleep now. So yesterday morning, I received a report that somebody driving a Sweatman security truck, I don't know if it was an employee or a friend or somebody, they were on St. John Avenue over by Lopez Elementary School, or I guess I guess it's Lopez School now, but it used to be Lopez Elementary School when I went there, late 80s, early 90s. And this gentleman was taking up political signs that were placed out. Now, folks, this particular security company has a contract with the city of Biloxi to have a security officer sit out in front of municipal court. They also have a contract with the county. They sit out there at the Gulfport. I know for a fact they sit out there at the Gulfport County Courthouse. I believe they sit at both justice courts. I could be wrong. I know they're at least at the Gulfport. I haven't had a reason to step foot in the Biloxi Justice Court in a long time. But I'm pretty sure that they're out at the Biloxi Justice Court, too. I would imagine they would be if they're out at Gulfport. Don't think I've seen them too much in the Biloxi County Courthouse. those are just the contracts that I can think of off the top of my head that I know for sure that they have. Oh, I'm sorry, Gulfport Municipal Court. I do believe they have that contract as well. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've been in there. So this company who has these city contracts is allegedly, I mean, I assume the truck wasn't stolen, but it might have been. I don't know. I can't say for sure. But somebody was driving their truck picking up political signs. I have several questions about this. Several questions. The first question I have is, what authority does a private citizen have to pick up political signs on the side of the road? That would be question number one. Question number two is Sweatman Security an arm or branch of code enforcement, the Secretary of State, any type of poll officials, or anything of the like, assuming this person was acting in their capacity as an employee, which I'm fairly certain that they were, but I don't know that for a fact. And I want to say that I don't know that for a fact because I don't know who the driver was. I've seen a very poor picture of the guy. But I can't say for certain who this person was. I will say that I am deeply disturbed that this is happening. And I've also heard some of y'all's justifications. Well, those signs didn't have any political candidate or who paid for them or whatever. Let me help y'all out on something here. The most un-American thing that anybody can do is infringe on free speech. Period. These signs were placed, and the guy picking it up was wearing a Zachary Grady ball cap, supporting candidate Zachary Grady, I guess Representative-elect now Zachary Grady from the 115th District. And he was picking up signs that were placed out there that were against Zachary Grady. Now, if you infringe on free speech, you are un-American. Period. In my opinion. You might as well go ahead, pack your bags, and move to North Korea, because that's what you're advocating for. That is how strongly I feel about it. I may not like what you say, but I will defend to the death of your right to say it. This is a principle that we have settled forever ago. Now, you get some snowflakes out there that, oh, well, hate speech shouldn't be protected. You know what? If somebody wanted to post a bunch of political signs, as disgusting as I find this, as repulsive as I find this, but let's just assume somebody, some misguided fool out there, wanted to post signs saying Adolf Hitler for dictator of America and had swastikas and hammers and sickles all over it. As disgusting as it is, that is their right. And if somebody doesn't like it, well, they can just turn they can just turn their head. I wouldn't like it. I would be wanting to take down that sign because I find it so disgusting. But my inner love of freedom and my inner understanding of the Constitution would prohibit me from taking that sign down. Simply because, number one, that's stealing. And if you steal, what else will you do? I'm not too big a fan of Sharia law, but I think they got it right on removing somebody's left hand for stealing. I'm actually not opposed to that. That's just how I feel about thieves. Never have had a respect for a thief. So, if somebody's going to do this and censor somebody's political speech, whether they agree with it or not, you're wrong. But I want to know if people like this are allowed to get city contracts to do security work. How can they be trusted? Now, I've worked security. I've worked armed. I've worked unarmed security. I've worked security in Mississippi. I've worked security in Florida. I've been entrusted with other people's lives. When you run a security company, or you are an employee of a security company, you need to have the utmost integrity, because your job is integrity. Your job is to make sure that somebody doesn't do something dishonest. Otherwise, what's the point? Your job is to observe, report, make sure nobody does anything stupid or dishonest, and generally improve the professionalism of the company that your client owns or contracts you for. And you need to portray your security company itself, especially when you're driving company equipment, in the greatest light. I'm going to say you something. If I had a security company, or if I had any company, let's take security out of it. Let's say that I was a plumber and I had a company work truck, and one of my employees was driving my work truck and going and stealing somebody else's property in my work truck, my company work truck. I would fire that guy. And then I'd go find out who owned the stuff that was being stole. And that guy would get a public apology from me. I'm sorry, man. This is not how I do business. This is not how I run my company. I do not condone this type of behavior. Please accept my apology. Because when you have an image, even in the private sector, non-governmental contracts, just regular Joe Blow business owner, you have a duty to yourself to make sure that you hold yourself to a higher professional standard. If you want to stay in business. Now, if you don't want to stay in business, feel free to show out. But you're not going to be in business very long. That's not how it works. You can't show your butt and expect to be taken seriously with the profession that your business is involved in. Also, when you have a government contract, or you are an employee of the government, I've been an employee of the government before, state government and county government. you have a duty to represent your agency, whether you work directly for it or indirectly for it as a contractor. You have a duty to represent your agency with the utmost professionalism. From your employees all the way to the business owner. So my questions are, is the city of Biloxi going to put any kind of sanctions on this company for the acts of their employee? Is the company, which they're probably not going to tell me, is the company going to fire or discipline the employee? Personally, me, I'd fire you. But I'm sure there's more to the case. I can't prove it, so I'm not going to say it. But is the company going to discipline the employee? If this person works for a government contract that this security agency has, assuming it's an employee, will this person still have their position with the company in that contract? And if that's the case, I have a problem with it. I have a major problem with it, because now we have somebody who was caught on camera taking something that doesn't belong to him in a company vehicle, and then they're working a government contract. Now, I don't know if this person even does work for him. For all I know, he could be an alien from outer space and stole a truck for a joyride, saw some signs, liked them, and took them away with him. I doubt that's the case. But again, I don't make accusations that I can't back up. I don't make libelous accusations. I'm just asking questions. I will, like I said, over the next several days be reaching out to the city council for the city of Biloxi. I'll be reaching out to the city council at Gulfport, and I'll be reaching out to the Harrison County Board of Supervisors, showing them the pictures that I have. And the pictures are up on the website, by the way, which has been completely reformatted. If you want to see the pictures of the security truck with the signs in the back of it, feel free to go check out the website. Click on Biloxi, and then in the drop-down menu, click on City Council. And when City Council pops up, you will see the article that I wrote, and you will also see the pictures. I'm hoping to get the other pictures added onto the website soon. I just need to get another copy of it. Unfortunately, where they were posted, they were taken down. But I do know who has the originals. Anyway, y'all have a good day. Wide Awake in South Mississippi. Your host, Anthony Allen.